Hey, it's Dominique Broadway, and welcome back to another edition of True Wealth Conversations. And today we are with another amazing guest live at Black Equity Con. So today we have Koereyelle. How are you?
I am so good, so excited to be here.
I am so excited to have you. I have been a follower for a very long time.
Thank you.
Love all the things you're doing. Now we're both moms, so we're mommying, which is really exciting. And what I want to talk about, actually, no, before we jump into that, you tell everybody a little bit about you, because I ain't gonna sit here and try to do your bio. Tell everybody a little bit about you.
Well, thank you so much just for the opportunity. I am Koereyelle. I am a serial entrepreneur. I know we're gonna talk about multiple streams of income, but I'm a serial entrepreneur in all of the things that I have going on. Came from the classroom teaching 2nd and 3rd grade, and now I have an online digital classroom. And I'm also the host of the Girl Stop Playing podcast. So I'm excited to anytime I can have these type of conversations, because you can learn so much just by hearing other people's experience.
You really can, That's why I'm really excited to have you. So one of the things, every time I see you on social media, I am just, first of all, I'm like, how the hell does she do all these things? All the things.
Girl, look at my face. I'm trying to figure it out too.
I'm like, how is she doing all these things? And not just doing all the things, but doing them very well.
Thank you.
I'm always inspired. Always just fresh, creative ideas. Every time I see your page, it's always something new and exciting. So I feel like, and you can let me know if I'm wrong, I feel like you've really mastered this multiple stream thing, right?
I think what I've mastered is figuring out how to profit from the things that I'm already doing, or figuring out how to profit from the things that I'm passionate about, so that it's not like I'm running 10 very different separate things. It's kind of things that I'm naturally doing and just figuring out how to monetize.
I love that. So can you share with everyone, like, so you said serial entrepreneur. So what are some of the various types of businesses that you have?
Okay, so.
Or investing.
And investing. So thank you for that, because I said that I'm going to stop calling myself a serial entrepreneur, because my goal is to become a serial investor. So thank you for reminding me.
Yes.
But currently, I have Work University, which is an online financial literacy platform. It's all about helping women stop living paycheck to paycheck by using the skills they have to start new streams of income. So that is like my baby. I also have the podcast, so multimedia platform where I'm able to have conversations like this that can really, really move the culture forward. I invest in Airbnb, so we currently have the only cabin within 40 minutes of Metro Atlanta available for groups and events and all of the things.
And I've seen it, looks so cute.
Thank you.
From what I've seen online, it looks really cute. So congratulations for that, because I think y'all got like a big old gate.
We
opened up. I was like, okay, a state.
We be flexing with the little gate.
I love the gate. I'm a fan of the gate.
The gate is definitely my favorite part. But I'm super excited. I haven't even told anybody about this, but we are launching our first tiny house that's in the back of the property. So I'm super excited about that. Just because we've kind of been in Airbnb since 2018. And so this is like a breath of fresh air. It's like doing something different. And then tiny houses are just so fun and cool.
Cute and tiny and just so awesome. Are you building that from scratch?
So we got it built. Okay. So we got it built, and then they placed it on our property. So now we are working with a interior decorator to get it all together, and we're gonna do a big reveal. And I'm so excited to just walk in like HGTV, like, oh my God, all of the things.
Because tiny houses have to be optimized because they're tiny. Yeah. So okay. So on the and you have other things.
And then Turo. I don't really like to talk about that's my husband thing. Turo is a headache, y'all. But
and that's where you rent the cars, right?
Yes, that's where you rent. It's just like Airbnb, but for your car instead of your house. So that's another stream of income. And then I dibble and dabble, with stocks, but I don't know what I'm doing. I need to get my finances demystified, because I sure don't know what I'm doing.
I love it. And I think you guys, I saw you were doing 18-wheelers as well.
Girl, you said I didn't mention that.
Okay. Oh, okay.
That truck is stressful, but we do own 2 18-wheel trucks, and it's stressful having hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars of your money out on the road every single day. It's just a thing. So we are exiting that business. So hopefully very soon.
Okay. Well, I do have a truck management company that I can share with you, because I have a couple 18-wheelers, but I don't touch them. Not at all. No, we just get paid every Friday. So I'll put you on that. There is a truck management company, just like property management company. So I'll share with you those exact details. Now, really quickly, going back to the Airbnb, because I know a lot of people did you have any other streams?
Girl, I might think of a couple more.
I think you
that's
do.
all I got right
I feel
now.
like you be working. Okay, so going back to the Airbnb, because that was, like I said, I saw you guys purchase the house. I think y'all had to renovate it. And I keep talking about the gate, and it just looks so, I don't know, like it was giving estate vibes
I was
to me.
to say, it gives a
I don't know if it was the way you had that camera angle, but them gate, I think it automatically opened. I was like, yes, Koereyelle, I'm here for it. And it opened up, and it was giving just luxury. So with that, you have that house on Airbnb, but it's also available for private rentals, right? How big is that? How many
So
people fit?
it's a 4-bedroom, but we have 10 beds. So we specifically, I mean, because when people rent cabins, it's typically a group, they're doing a retreat, they're having, family for the holidays. So we wanted to make sure that we were really creating it for the target audience, who is people who, want to host those small events or retreats and getaways.
Okay, and then the tiny house that will be there as well will be a separate rental.
So it's 6 acres total. I mean, it's like,
oh, that's a lot of
massive.
land.
It's massive.
So you could do a couple tiny houses.
We can do a village, if we play our cards right, that would definitely be amazing. But right now, yes, it's one tiny sitting in back.
Wow. When you purchased the Airbnb, because I know, like I said, there's a lot of people that want to do that. How were you able to make that purchase? Like, what did that look like for you financially? Were you just pay cash? Did you finance it? Because I know a lot of times people are like, hey, I want to get some sort of property that I can rent out and create a stream of income that can be maybe somewhat hands off, but maybe I don't have all the cash, right? And I think you have a course that shows people how to do that. What are some of the ways that people can do that if they don't have tons of money?
So we definitely went the traditional route with purchasing this property. My husband, there's a whole wealth strategy about not putting both of your names on the, so my husband purchased it, I'm on the deed. And then, we had to.
But your name isn't on the loan.
Right. My name's not on the loan. So we did it that way. And literally within 30 days of finding the cabin, we closed. And it was one of those things where it was the end of the year. And y'all know how it is at the end of the year. When you done made a little bit too much money and your accountant starts saying, okay, sis,
find something to buy.
You better find something to buy. And so within 30 days, we were literally able to find it and purchase it. And so I know that was just nothing but God.
Yeah.
So we did do a traditional loan for that, but with the tiny, we paid cash for it. So everything that, we make will be profit.
That's awesome.
Once I pay myself back.
Once you pay yourself back, yes. So you also have the Work University. And I know there's a lot of people that outside of the Airbnbs, they want to create more digital money, right? I know, I guess all my money is technically digital right now. We're from Finances Mystified. How have you been able to grow your platform so large in your community? What are some of the things, if someone was like, hey, I want to create some sort of digital products or get into the digital space, what would you recommend for them to do?
So I personally live by lists. And so when I am teaching, I teach people how I learn. And so one of the things that I still do right now whenever I'm trying to figure something out or work through an issue or figure out what my next move should be is I make a list. And so if you are someone that's starting out and you're like, yo, I need to make some more money, I want to do it digitally, but what can I do? I would literally make a list of your skills, make a list of those topics, of the things that people are always asking you about, make a list of the things you're constantly talking about on a daily basis. And don't discount the things that you're doing at your job, because there are so many things that we literally know like the back of our hand, but we discount because it's just what we do. So really, really not shortchanging your skills is, I think, the big key in any business and any entrepreneurial endeavor is really figuring out what you bring to the table. And a lot of times we are overlooking a lot of things because, like I said, it's just what we naturally do. It's second nature. So we don't think that anybody will pay us for this, or we don't think that this information is valuable, because for us it's like ABC 1, 2, 3. But I guarantee you, if we all sat down at a boardroom table, we could go around that table and each of us has something that they could share that someone else didn't know, and that someone else is willing to pay them to learn. So I would definitely start with a list of just your skills, the topics. Like if someone said, I need for you to take over this class right now, 30 minutes, teach them something. What would that thing be?
That's good. There. So think about that. What could you teach
right now?
Now on the spot. That's really, I could teach a lot of stuff. I could teach
most of us can though.
I mean,
random things. It could, and it doesn't. This is the other thing too that I think we have to teach a class on finances or teach a class on entrepreneurship. I literally, less than 90 days ago, maybe 60 days ago, paid over $500 for someone to teach me how to sleep train my child. Not something that she went to school for, something that she literally learned through experience, mastered, and then is now able to charge. So a lot of times I say we don't have a money problem, you have a mindset problem, because you're not thinking about the things that you really could, could monetize.
Yeah, that's huge. That's, like you said, there's so many things that a lot of us do well, but we, like you said, because it's second nature, we don't think that anyone would pay us for them. I think also too, to add on to that, like asking other people, what do you think, like what do you think about when you think about me?
Yep.
Or what is something that you feel like you can come to me for? Because there's, like you said, there's a lot of things that are second nature to us, and we just think like, oh, we just, my hair, example, right? Okay, I get up, I do my hair in the morning, my curls pop. And people on social media are like, please do a class. Like, and I'm like, y'all wanna learn about how a curls pop? Like, I probably could charge. I do a little IG, I just show them what to do. But I'm like, this is something that people would literally give me money for, but I'm just doing my hair in the morning so I can look cute, right? Yep. So think about those things. As you said, that's really great advice, because I know that's something a lot of people struggle with. They want to start something, they're like, where, what? I don't know anything. And it's like, you obviously know a lot.
And most of us have been doing things like our whole lives that we just don't think about because it's like natural, you know? So you've probably been making your curls pop. Like, I'm not a natural hair, makeup, I wasn't in my mom's closet putting on her shoes. That wasn't my thing. But I wanted to know how to make money for as long as I can remember. I wanted to get a job, from as early as I can remember. I was going to work with my dad on the weekends, learning the things. I've always been a worker. I've always had that in me, and it's something that's continued on. Organizing people. I was the little girl organizing my friends, planning all the summer, planning all of the things. And so sometimes too, you just have to look back, because the clues have been there.
Oh yeah, they're there.
The things that you've been doing, they're still in you, and they're natural to you. So it's the easiest thing to profit
One
from.
of the things I realized, and I laugh about it now, was I used to get in trouble. You probably did too. I used to get in trouble for talking.
Of course.
I would always get in trouble for talking. They would move me all around the room. I'm like, I don't care where you move me to. I'm gonna find me somebody to talk to. And then they were like, well, since you like to talk so much, we're gonna put you on stage. So I was always the moderator or the host for the school play or for all the assemblies. And now I get paid very, very well to talk. So I'm like, see, teacher, you shouldn't have moved me. You could have helped me get my talents together instead of trying to move me. I'm like, I'm gonna find me somebody, whatever corner you put me in. And now it's like I've always, and it's funny because when I was little, I used to always tell my mom, I'm trying to find my hidden talent. I remember crying, saying, Mom, I don't have a hidden talent. Everyone has a talent. I couldn't dance, couldn't sing, I couldn't play. My mom would help me. Oh my gosh, she would buy me all the instruments, y'all. I couldn't play the piano. I couldn't do the trumpet because I had asthma and I didn't have enough breath. And I was like, I have no skills, not realizing that these were my skills. The ability to present and make topics a lot of times that are complicated, easy to understand, and just being able to corral a room, right? And that's skills. Those are just my skills.
So everything counts.
They all count. I love that. Now, one other question I want to ask you before we wrap is, as we mentioned earlier, you do a lot of things. And I just want to know how to do that. And I'm asking for them, but also for me, because I'm like, I'm trying to be better and do things even better. How do you manage your day, or how are you able to get so much done and be so productive? And now you have your son as well. Yes, and we talked about that. You gonna regain the boss.
Yes,
you gonna regain the boss title when it comes to him. Don't keep letting him run you, okay? But outside of that, we gonna come back to that. We've all been there. Trust me, these kids, they're there's something else I'll say.
They don't care.
They are literally like the CEOs of our lives, and they're like, what, 8 months, 9 months, 10 months, what's crazy. But how do you do it? Like, how do you manage all the businesses and the tasks and everything that has to get done?
So the easy answer is prioritization. All of the things don't hold the same weight every day. And so it really comes down to this moment, not even today, this moment. Like, where do I need to be right now? What needs my focus and attention right now? And that's how I personally have to delegate for myself to make sure that things get done so that things don't fall through the cracks. However, I am consciously getting out of the habit of promoting, doing all of the things all the time, because I had Danielle Leslie on my podcast like 2 weeks ago. Danielle Leslie has done like $20 million on her online course. And when I asked her what she thought the thing was that allowed her to get to that place, she said, I focused on one thing. I did one thing every week for an entire year. And I said, you know what? Maybe my 20 M's are wrapped up in that one thing that I have not tapped into yet. So don't do what I do. Figure out, seriously. I mean, if I could go back and really just go hard on that one thing, if I could do it all over again, that's what I would do. So I don't want to give I just don't want to set people up for failure.
Yeah,
so
that's real.
So figure out that thing and then go hard at that thing. And when you got your 20 M's, then you got time to do all of the other things. So
that's real. And that's I did similar things to Danielle. I did one webinar every week for a year and a half, you know, which generated me over $10 million, right? In a short time frame. But it was lasering. So
are you trying to get like me doing all the things?
No, I ain't just listen. I want people to understand, like, how do you do things and do them well, right? So I think that there is power in focusing on one thing, but at the same time, as a wife, as a mom, there's other things, right? So there are some people who have the luxury, and that's one of the things I realized after having children, how much time I had as a single person. You have so much time as a single person. Single people, it's no damn excuses.
None.
I'm sorry. You have so much, you literally have all of your time. And then when I hit these financial milestones, I had probably 25% of the time that I had before, right? And so for me, it was like, wow, I have less time, but that less time also made me more laser focused. I can't go and spend like how I used when I first started my business. I would spend a whole day just working on my business. I would stay up till midnight, 2 a.m., 3 a.m. I don't have that luxury anymore. And so now I have a short amount of time. I only really have like probably 5 hours a day that I can really work, honestly, just because, you know, and so I was just getting laser focused in that time. So I definitely think, you know, it's realizing that, yes, we want to focus on one thing and we can focus on one thing in our business, but we have a lot of other jobs.
Yes, ma'am.
You know, as a mom, that's a lot of jobs. And, you know, as breastfeeding mamas, that's even more jobs, right? They say it's 40 hours a week to breastfeed a child.
A real life slave.
It's 40 hours a week. And I realized even when I did scale to that number, I was breastfeeding during that time. So I'm working probably 40, 50 hours in the job. And breastfeeding the other 40 hours, and that was a lot, right? And so saying all that to say, we don't always have the luxury sometimes to focus on one thing. You focus on it, but you also understand that there's other things that may pull you, right? And I think you do that very well. So I want to give my hats off to you. So where can people find you? What do you have coming up next?
So my big thing right now, my one thing that I'm super excited about is my podcast, the Girl Stop Playing podcast. And it's all about helping you stop playing with your potential and start working for what you want in life and in love. So I'm really, really big on helping Black women specifically, because we just aren't raised to believe that we can have it all. So my whole mission is to show you that you can make the money and you can get the honey if you're willing to work for it.
I like that.
And so that's my baby. Girlstoppod.com is where you can listen. We're on Instagram at Girl Stop Pod, and then I'm at Koereyelle everywhere.
I love it. Well, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day to come be here with me, sharing all these nuggets, and we're super excited. Hopefully I get to get on the podcast soon.
Girl.
Okay.
Y'all heard it here first. Y'all heard it first. She's gonna be on the podcast.
Flying to Atlanta so I can get on the podcast. Well, thank you again, and thank you guys so much for tuning in to another episode of True Wealth Conversations live at Black Equity Con. See you all soon.